my life would I ever have believed that we were the bad guys. However, these two messages make me really think long and hard about what she's saying in this video.
15 years in the U.S. Army. A modern Tomahawk missile is equipped with onboard cameras. Satellite imagery is constantly collected by several intelligence agencies, several countries, in real time. The entire school was surrounded by colorful children painting flower, bright colored murals, and it was without a doubt a school if you looked at it through satellite imagery. At 10 a.m., Israel, along with the United States, began attacking Iran. By 10:20, the staff at Minab School began evacuating the children. Strike one hit the school. The kids moved to the prayer room. Strike two hit the prayer room. 163 kids dead. Multiple sources, including intelligence reports, regional sources, and U.S. officials are required to confirm a target for the U.S. Navy and military operations to ensure accuracy and reduce errors. This is how it works. We just bombed a school knowing it was a school. Who are the terrorists? Who are the bad guys in this story? This is the story of our timeline. By our own definition of terrorism, and I can say this as a former counter-terrorist officer, we are the terrorists.
It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C-Chum, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out. Or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends are back.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts. I wear tight shirts cause I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when the summer comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. It is April 17th. Much bigger than all that. It is a Friday, which means it is time to die. Yes, that means we have made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now it is Friday. So people, if you're in front of your laptop, if you're in front of your TV, if you're in your car, it is time to join me and all the single women out there in the group chat, just understand, come get some, because it's time to dance. Get sexy, Mike. Ah! How's all the single women out there? Come get some. You need to. Boo is somewhere on a cruise. Who knows what she's doing? We know what she's not doing. But just in case she is, come get some.
If you see me and you trying to see what's up, he wanna fuck with me.
Hey, KT on the comment. Come get.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck.
Jeanette, you want the problem? Come, hey Jeanette, come get.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck.
On with your group of fellas, you got a whole roster. Come get some.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck.
Hey, Lays, come on, Lays. Come on, let's get this interracial thing popping. Come get.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck.
Puerto Rican and white. What they kids look like?
We're gonna have some mixed babies. You know, this back in the day. I want to have some mixed babies. I want to have some mixed babies. And people still doing that today. All right, y'all. Good morning. Well, Jay Black's in the building. I don't know what Sexy Mo is at. So, well, that means
That's 2 days in a row.
The score was it is now 7-4. Today
you didn't give me credit for yesterday.
Nah, 7-4 yesterday. She said she wasn't going to be in it. We said we weren't going to count that. Didn't we say we weren't going to count that?
No, we
you call out
every day. What are you talking about? If I'm here, she ain't the same. She said I come get some of that porter. Oh,
let's get it. Let's go. Oh, wait, Stacy, yeah, come on.
You see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How was your night, Jay Black? How was your night last night?
Last night I cut my grass.
Oh man,
I cut my grass. Took my allergy pill late, but that was cool. But everything worked out. Used my son in hell. It was good. Oh, I got one of the cars situated, so we got one done today. Should be the other one. No, I got to trade it. I traded. Got it done.
Oh, good.
Details. So there's one down, one more to go. I got a little nervous at the end for mine. I got a little nervous. They caught on to my I didn't tell them about something. You know, they make you offer. You got to stand by that offer. It ain't my fault you ain't catch it at that time. But dog, with the suspension and the shocks was a rat. But basically dragging on the ground. Why after the fact? When they finally went to move the car, because they don't drive the car.
I got caught like that too. I'm surprised.
Dog. They took all the pictures. They ran. They started it up. Saw the mileage. All that good stuff. They never moved the car. So I'm sitting there. Johnny came and said, "Yup, we give you 26,000." I'm like, "All right, let's go." I'm with that one. Let's go. Let's get this one where I sign. I'm ready to sign. Ready to sign. No sooner.
And why you say you thinking to yourself, this is what you're thinking about the salesperson, right?
Dumbass nigga.
That's what you're thinking right now.
I'm thinking good looking. I'm glad you didn't. No sooner I signed, no sooner they went to go move the car to bring it to the back. And the guy, manager board came out, pulled my people aside and said, "Did we account with that offer that there's zero suspension?" I was like,
there's zero suspension.
I was like, when they came back to me, I said, "What was that about? Why they pull you aside?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, they complained about the suspension." I said, "It's too late.
Zero suspension.
It's too late.
We signed, but it's gonna be fraudulent. But they didn't do their part.
That ain't my fault. I was Silk the Shocker and Master P. It ain't my fault.
Did I do that?
I was mystical. I was everybody. I was like, no. I said, we got to get this done. Good morning, Tawana.
Good morning, Tawana. So what happened?
I had already signed, so they couldn't go back. You can't renege. You can't can't be an ass better Indian giver. I don't know.
Well, you're not. Oh, well, real quick, Mo's in the building.
Allegedly, Sexy Mo.
All right, so it's not
keep the score. Thanks.
You're not in fifth grade, but go ahead. So what happened?
So they kept going, and it was too late at that point. I guess now they probably get reprimanded and change their policy. You should drive a car when you trading. I love CarMax people. I love CarMax because they give you the most money for your vehicle. The most. You go to any other
than we buy any cars. I want to say other than we buy any cars.
No, they're not giving you 26,000 for no. CarMax give you whatever the Kelly Blue Book value says. That's what they're going to cut you a check and hand it to you, even if you're not getting a car through them. They
Yeah,
will
that's
hand
what
it
we
right
buy.
to you.
They took that philosophy from We Buy Any Cars.
Well,
Since
so
the 90s. But go ahead.
they
Rock
may
out.
change their policies how they do stuff, but one for the good guy. And my Stevie.
Yeah, so
Stevie,
once you signed. That was their fault for not checking it. Because if you would have bought a car and you didn't drive it, and then you come to find out that all of a sudden it's not running right, they would have been like, you'd have had to do the lemon law thing.
I was on my own. So
all right, well, victory.
So it all worked out as one. So now today,
did you get the same type of car or a new type of car?
I went back to my OG, the one back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I went back to
the one I had. The one I had.
Yes.
Yeah. Those I love those. Those are sexy modes and those are beautiful. I did that at WeBuyAnyCars.com. So I would always take my car there. They would give me a check, so I could take the check and then I could formulate the price when I'm going to get a car. So now instead of saying your car is worth this and we'll put that to the payment, I'm like, no, I got this down payment, whatever. And my car, the FX35, had a transmission problem. But it could ride like down the street with no problem. Muchas gracias. Thank you. And it could ride with no problem. But if you drove it a little too far, then all of a sudden the transmission was like,
so you just need to stay in the lot. Stay if you're going to
it would turn into sucker MCs out of nowhere. so when he went to drive it, but he drove it before the offer. So the original offer was whatever it was. And I saw him drive it and he just went around and it was fine. And he was about to park the car and all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. He got out the car. And looked at the car like he had his little book, he started writing it. I was like, So I ain't get lucky. He drove his first. Mo, how was your night last night? How did everything go?
It's all good. I didn't get much sleep. I had a lot of paperwork to do, but yeah.
What is not much sleep? What is not much sleep? But how much is that?
Maybe like 4 hours off and on.
God, I don't know how you do it, mama.
Yeah, like off and on. It wasn't solid sleep. Got up, did my paperwork, laid back down, and was awakened again, and it's what it is.
That sucks. That sucks.
Maybe that's what she need at night. She needs sucks.
Yeah. I don't know if that would help if you had a man in there. I don't know. Would that help or would that? Because some of y'all get more lively after that. Y'all wake up.
I do better. I sleep lighter when someone's in the bed with me because I'm used to sleeping by myself. So I'm a very light sleeper. Like you move, I'm like.
But what if he put some work in? Would that put you to sleep? Would that put you to bed? See,
I'm coming over here.
Oh, I was about to play Stacey Mitchell. I meant to play this.
She got Big Dash.
I just don't know. Would that help? Does that help, or does that energize you and make you wake up? Because some it has the opposite effect on some people.
Yeah, I think everybody has a different effect with that.
So that doesn't that wouldn't help. Okay, all right. Well, I don't know, girl. At a certain point, you got to check that heart palpitation. First, you got to check the heart palpitation.
I'm gonna go to get a sleep study actually done. I'm getting that scheduled.
That's what we did with Monty. We did a sleep thing, and I don't know if it worked out. I'd have to ask her if that changed anything in her sleep patterns.
Yeah, they're gonna see what is going on. Why I'm like, am I going into REM? How long I'm there, and what's preventing me from just staying asleep. And I did try what you said last night. I turned off everything. But maybe I was amped too, because I did this webinar on technology and leadership. And so, you have to exude a different type of energy when you're online and, doing these classes. So I don't know.
Damn, this coffee's good. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, you might have been amped up. You might have still been, listen, at the end of the day, smoke a blunt. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I can get a random drug test, so we can't do that.
Oh, you can't get random drug tests. That sucks. That sucks. We're not talking about fentanyl.
When you work with kids at any given moment, they can be like, "Hey,
weed? You can't have weed. You can't have weed in your system when you work with kids." I guess you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's legal in the state of New Jersey, but however, for a federal mandate, it's not legal.
Which is amazing how alcohol can, if they found alcohol in your system, if they randomly test you, that'd be all right. But
yeah. And plus,
which is
the
probably
effect of
worse.
alcohol is not as lasting as marijuana and some other substances. So
Yeah, it's not as
you
lasting, but
do want me to be able to have a job, right? You don't want me to
yeah.
use the alphabet behind my name, so.
All right, so Tawana gassing you up this morning.
Yeah,
Tawana said,
right.
"Good morning, Mo. For someone who doesn't sleep, you always look beautiful and vibrant."
Oh, thank you. I wish I felt beautiful and vibrant inside.
Yes, what she feels like inside.
Oh, that's what I feel like inside. I feel like there's an old woman, like an 80-year-old woman in there, Yeah.
Oh, what you got to put up?
Shout out to the boy Emilio, because Sparks and Oskino and Sparks just reunited. Mike, they doing music. And I saw this
good
post.
after all that.
Yeah, I
Good.
saw this post, and you see 3 hours ago, because I was like, Mo, I couldn't sleep. And I put the fire emoji, and I sent him a message like, dog, we got to reconnect. And he hit me back like, Black, you locked in. I said, we need you back on the show. And he just literally messaged me back, so let's do it. He want to come on the YouTube show, and he want to come on this show and all that. So Emilio,
we just next
Oskino and Sparks is back together. So that's dope.
If we have Sparks on here, he can't be walking the hood while he's doing the interview. He has to be in a stationary location. He can't be walking through backyards and shit. Like, you got to be somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going and who are you going to? Like, what are you doing? He was going through the back alleys and I didn't know what he was doing that day.
That's dope. It would be dope to have it for a Rockefeller full reunion with state property.
Well,
like,
Freeway just dropped something, and then he got Neef on there, Neef Buck from Chris and Neef. He got a lot of different people on there, so it might happen.
That would be dope to see all of them, PD, everybody.
Yes.
That would be dope.
That would be. I would be excited to have PD and all them.
And let Jay bring them out at the Roots picnic. That would be a moment.
He probably will. I mean, we'll see. He probably will bring him out. I can't see him not bringing everybody out there.
Not he everybody. He don't mess because Oskino been talking a lot.
Oh yeah, Oskino can't.
That's what I'm like.
Can't make it.
Yeah.
So they
But I don't think also Oskino and Beans have had major issues.
Back and forth,
hopefully bygones can be bygones. I don't know enough about it, so I shouldn't be speaking about it. I just know what I see on social media.
A check sometimes changes people's perspective. So,
but Hove don't need them.
Yeah, I mean Philly, you never know. Hove shocked people before.
Philly is funny because Philly might be like, we want to see them and not you. Yeah, all right. Philly is temperamental.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, you never know. You never know what might happen. Mo doesn't need much to charge up. Okay, well, everybody. It seems like people don't need much to charge up because the cameras are on.
Yeah,
so she's charged up. But once the cameras are done.
People.
Now, Mike, do you want to talk about yesterday? I saw somebody in the comments ask you about yesterday. I don't know.
Oh, yesterday was crazy. So yesterday we ended the show abruptly because we had to put Handsome, our dog.
Morning,
we had to lay him down, and
no.
Yeah, we had to go to Pet.
Yeah, you wasn't here yesterday, Mo. You missed that. You wasn't here.
You weren't here yesterday. No. But I'm not making you feel guilty. That's Jay Black trying to make you feel guilty.
Well, Jay Black, my child went to the hospital this week. I had to get him from school and
we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about
how about that, Jay Black? How about that?
I'm empathetic.
Yeah. So my mom was gonna take him, and then I said, "You want me to go?" And she, my mom's always a soldier. My mom's always like, "No, I'm good." So I said, "Yeah, I need to go." So we went to PetSmart, and he was not good. Like his tongue was hanging out. He was laying there. He wasn't eating. He wasn't drinking. He couldn't hold anything. And we knew it was definitely unfair to keep him going through the struggles. You could hear him moaning and stuff like that. I'm just gonna tell you, when you go do something like this, and everybody at PetSmart was amazing. Y'all were very nice. But the actual experience is one of the most fucked up experiences that you can ever, because if you're close to your animal, which Jay Black, we can eliminate Jay Black square. Jay Black believes you just move on. But if you're close to your animal and you're petting your animal and you realize this is the last time you're going to pet the animal and this is the last time you're going to see your family member, it is heart-wrenching.
Yes.
And the options that they have are a little bizarre. Like they said, we can do it in front of you. Do you want to see us put the dog euthanize the dog in front of
you? Because you sit with your pet when it's happening, like when they're. I did. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, Oh,
It's
now
hard.
it was
It
up
is
to my
hard.
it was up to my mom. Like if she wanted to do it, I'm down. But she said no, and I said thank you God, because I would sob. Like there's no way I could
Well, seeing
literally.
your mom sob and then you're in that
Oh
emotional
no,
state.
I
That's
would.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to
There's
deal
no
with.
way.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going, but I would have done it if she wanted to. I thank God that she didn't, because I just, whatever. So they also then have, it costs a certain amount of money for it to actually happen.
Oh,
Yes,
here
it
we
does.
go with the money part.
Yes,
Let me
it
hear
does.
some of
And
these
it's not
tools.
cheap. It's
And I
not
was like,
cheap.
cool,
Yeah.
I'm gonna swipe this card. And then the cremation to have the ashes is like $190 on top of what they've already charged you. And I was like, well,
Wait,
once
how
again,
much you said how much was it?
it was $190 to get the cremation
Just for the
done.
cremation? Okay.
Yeah, that's on top
Does it go by the size of the dog?
I don't know. They didn't measure the dog. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that on top of what we paid, we're talking like it's gonna wind up being with taxes a $400 good morning on Thursday, which I didn't care. I'm like, I'm down. I'm down. This is what I thought about afterwards. But the whole watching,
take the last breath. Well, people do watch their family members take their last breath.
This is what I started thinking. I said they are people who have watched someone they love take their last breath. And I'm like, and I think in some type of way, watching your loved one take their last breath is a loving thing to do. If you love somebody,
also a memorable stuck in your head thing.
It's also something, and it gives you
can't ever forget it.
It depends on how you take it. It's all on the lens that you wear. It's all on the lens that you wear.
I can tell you from my experience, watching both of my grandmothers take their last breath was traumatic. A year apart from each other, it was very traumatic. Watching my cat be put down, when I tell you, myself and my son's father, we sobbed, like what you're talking about experiencing is like, you know that you have to do it, but it's much different than someone just dying, transitioning naturally. Like you're there and you know that they're transitioning, but for you to have to make the decision, like to do it for your pet, for your fur baby, yeah.
Well, Cousin Ash said watching my mom transition was indescribable.
It is.
And I think the closeness, it's all, once again, on how you view it. There is not one size fits all. Sometimes watching a loved one take their last breath is something of, it just certifies the closeness that you have with that person. And just like, I was here with you to the very last breath, and I can see that, it happening. I think for an animal, for me, is that I don't think the animal in my mind knows, but they feel something. They know something ain't right. So it's almost like as a human being, I guess the human being kind of has come to terms. I don't know. Once again, it's the view. Now, I will tell you this. They're going to have to do some scheduling. They're going to have to do some different scheduling, because we went early in the morning. So by the time we get out of there, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So after we especially my mom going through to having that loss, when we walk out the office, now brand new dogs are coming to get groomed.
That's what Legs just said. The dog similar came up to her. It's like, is that a sign?
The same door with everybody in the waiting room, and
so now dogs like, and they're adorable dogs.
Minding their business.
Like, nobody want to see these live ass dogs. I just lost my dog. Nobody want to see these live ass, happy ass.
I ain't got no private exit that I could go out of.
You ain't got a private exit of this bitch. I'm watching these lively dogs with years ahead of them, and what you mad at? What you mad at?
Like bereavement exit for pet owners.
Right.
You have to go out the same door as like everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, so they in a prime of their life. They sniffing you, and they're like, "Oh, my mom was like, oh, she's probably sniffing my dog. The dog that we just lost. What the fuck? Why we got to be in the midst of?" I'm like, and I pet one of the dogs. I did pet one of the dogs. Like, I just lost my dog, and it was an adorable dog. But I don't know what they could do. Like most of they may need a different exit where you leave.
The exit, like something that's more, cognitive of lost your fur baby.
Or maybe that's the ploy on getting you to buy a new dog.
You know what?
Or maybe that's
with everybody. That's the ploy.
Because I saw the dog and I was like, we probably need a new dog. You know, my mom we have a dog. But it's Monty's dog. And Monty goes to sleep with the dog. But maybe we need a new dog. Maybe we need somebody. Then there was the other thought process that I had is, and I'm sure my mom being older than me, and me being 55, it started tapping your immortality. Because you realized that the next dog I get may outlive me.
You crazy.
No, it does.
No, real talk.
I never thought that.
Immortality, yes.
This dog lasted 17 years. So there's a chance. Now I want to hang on till 90. Like I'm here to shoot up the club till I'm 90. But it really starts making you think the next dog I get, if they last 17 years, you know, and it puts everything in perspective that we really, and I know all of this, and we've said this is all cliche. We really got to stop taking these days for granted on how valuable these hours are every day, and how valuable things are, and how much this world has got us so deeply programmed that I'm consumed about not liking my job instead of understanding that these minutes I don't get back. Like I don't get these 8 hours back. I don't get these 3 hours back. So I might as well fucking live it up. Even though, and if I want to get out of here, then I might as well execute this plan for real and spend the time that I need to spend to do the stuff that I want to do. They wanted 400 to become 650.
Yeah, they trying to get more money out.
You should buy another dog.
So that was my overthinking. That was my overthinking.
Overthinking. That's excellent thinking. It's not overthinking. It's very excellent thinking, because it's rare that, you know, we experience things in life that make us stop and think about our own immortality, because we go through life thinking that, oh, I got another day. I can do that tomorrow, or I'll do that later on in life. Oh, when I retire, I'll do this. And we put off so many things that we really want to do in life. Like you said, going to a job that you really don't want to be at. There's some other things you really, really want to do, but you just say, you know what, let me just stay in this a little bit longer, not knowing from day to day, from moment to moment, when that's going to be your last.
Yeah, so I woke up this morning and I took my walk, and I took a little walk around at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna go get this whole thing, this whole whatever it is that we're trying to get, whatever I'm trying to get. I'm about to go just run and go get it and put my all into it and enjoy every moment of it and stop stressing over shit. Now, in other news, I got a text message. So somebody, you know, I told you about the car situation with Akela and everything like that.
Oh, good, Trent. I'm good. Thanks for
asking. Somebody who's watching the show, Lois, who came to the comedy show, Lois.
Okay.
I had no idea that she's connected in the dealership business, in the car dealership business. So Lois said, I'm hearing you have problems. And I saw the show, and I'm not going to read the whole text message. But Lois said, yeah, I'm reaching out to a general manager who's cool people in the Cherry Hill area with that dealership.
Okay.
And she showed me the Facebook that she and then the text messages. And basically, I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah, obviously.
Amen.
Can I share his info? It says, can I share his info with you? He said, send me the name and the person he bought the car from. Thank you so much. So I sent the information over. Now I'm going to have to now, after we read the paperwork, and I got to text Stacy to read the paperwork to find out if it's on the actual, if there's documentation of on the OMI list of what we have, which I'm pretty sure they wrote it down there on there. But we got, because of the show, we got somebody.
Wow.
We got somebody who's reached out to a general manager, and we're gonna see what happens from there. So Lois, if you're watching, thank you. You've always been super cool. And yes, you are doing a documentary, and her life is fascinating. Her dad was a radio legend in Philadelphia, a radio legend. He was a Howard Stern way before Howard Stern. So shout to her, and I'm gonna keep in touch, and I'll keep you updated, because now I gotta go talk to this used car general manager.
Miss, who I think it is.
It was a white guy you talking about in Philadelphia? Yes. I think that, well, I don't know. What name are you thinking of?
Not of the Heritage station, because I don't want to blurt out the name.
Not no station we work for.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it was a Heritage station.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a story.
All three of us are having vehicle problems, like some type of issue with vehicles.
Whoa, I ain't have no vehicle problems, but that's a vehicle problem.
I ain't got no vehicle problem no more, at least for one. I'm one down.
One of them cars. One of them cars. All right, so that's basically it. That's the update. Michael Jackson, the movie, is coming out. If y'all, I'm trying to get these tickets.
Are you excited?
I don't know, because I don't know if I'm doing the right thing by going to see the movie.
Which is bugging me out for you to, but don't say because of the kid allegations that we know that no one ever proved.
No, not about Michael Jackson. It's about the people. See, this is the thing, Jack. This is the thing. And I'm not gonna stop thinking like this. I want to know who my money is benefiting. Is it the same people that Janet Jackson has problems that are running his estate? Are they in cahoots with the same people that were trying to end Michael Jackson's life? Is this money going to the same empire? And are we being bamboozled?
Be true though.
I don't know, but I
don't know. So
but this is my point. Any of that facts. So why wouldn't you try and find out?
Because you don't even know if those allegations are factual.
No, I know that from out of Michael Jackson.
These were the people.
My thing is, if the movie doesn't talk about Tommy Mottola, who Michael Jackson said was the devil, and it doesn't say how how Michael Jackson felt about the music industry. And if it doesn't actually say that Michael Jackson felt that the music industry was trying to kill him,
you're doing too much thinking all that. Just enjoy the movie for what it is.
No, but this is the problem. We don't do too much. We just follow like a bunch of sheep.
I want to see Nia Long. I want to see like all of these people. I want to see him.
Literally the greatest. Wait a minute. He's the greatest entertainer, performer, period. There's no debating for people of all times. And you worrying about, well, who's getting the profits from the movie?
Because why would I support?
Why is some of his family okay and some of them not?
See, this is and I no, stop. Give me a second, Mo. This is what kills me about the ignorance that y'all get mad because I don't want to be as dumb as y'all. What if the people
make me dumb?
No, I'm gonna tell you what makes you dumb. If he was the greatest entertainer and you have this much love for him, why would you support something that the people who caused his demise might actually make money off of?
And my mindset is tapping into my inner child, my youth. When I'm tapping into wanting to see, damn, that boy. I mean, like, I'm going back for me, entertaining me. That's my escape from this world that we live in, from my current administration, from my car problems to whatever's going on. This is my 2-hour escape to listen to some dope music, seeing Michael Jackson, the stories that I know already, and maybe something I don't know, and enjoying the movie for what it is.
So what you want to do, you don't want to deep dive because you don't want to deal with the fact that you may be contributing to the same industry that's going to do it to another great artist. Go ahead, Mo.
So I just looked up because I wanted to see who benefits from anything and all things of Michael Jackson. And so, you know, they have new executors as early as 2002. In 2009, they have new executors of his estate. And the proceeds go to the Michael Jackson Family Trust. And it says it benefits his mother, Katherine Jackson, and his 3 children.
Get him, Lady Q.
Yeah, don't be calling people dumb. That's
so easy on calling my man dumb, Mike.
You'll call her man.
Y'all, everybody that want to watch the movie dumb.
I didn't mean to call him dumb, but I said the people, and I will rephrase it. I will take back dumb on Jay Black's part. But the dumb comments of people saying, I don't want to deep dive because I need an escape is exactly what this industry has based everything on. They want us to say, let's just go see him and have a good. Do you think Prince wanted his music released the way it's being released now? No. And guess what we do? We support it and we eat the music up and we Prince wasn't letting his music be used the way it's being used now. Prince wouldn't let anybody use his music unless they were independently free. He told Alicia Keys, "Are you free?" And Alicia Keys said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Is a record label going to make this money? The same crooks and thieves in the same industry, are they going to make it? When you're free," he said, "I will let you do the song." But guess what? When he passes away, the people take over his masters and they run with it wild, and we just buy it. I'm not telling you not to see the movie, but what frustrates me is people say, why are you taking a deep dive? Because they never want us to take a deep dive. They always want us to to follow blindly. That's what I'm saying here.
Is it a 2-hour escape, Mike, for some people?
I don't care about the escape. My life will be okay without the escape.
Do you just said live your life, enjoy it for what it was? Now, what you talking out of both sides?
No, the way I want to live it, the way I feel I should live it. I'm going to support the things I want to support. This is my thing.
You're thinking too much on a movie.
And let me tell you what. How do you not think deeply about an industry that we're going to support that is full of pedophiles? Explain to me that. The same.
You're in the entertainment business, Mike. That's your lane.
Yes,
you're a comedian, radio personality. Like that's all the same.
No, and this is what I'm trying to avoid being a part of. I'm going to do my part and use my vehicle the way I want to use it. But let me explain to you something. How the hell do we support an industry that took part in the demise of Michael Jackson and accused him of pedophilia? Then we find out that the whole goddamn industry is part of a pedophilia ring, and now we're going to give them money to go watch a movie. We're going to give the same industry that are actually the pedophiles money. We're going to give them the money.
How about when they are saying his family's benefiting, his children?
His children are actually fighting against the estate.
Not all of them. I think one of them. Two out of three is on board.
Right now, it's Paris who is having some litigation and issues with the estate. However, since 2009, because it was in a deficit when he passed away, I don't know if you know this or not, there was a lot of debt. So since 2009, they have generated approximately $3.5 billion in gross revenue.
Worth more dead, yeah.
And let's look at the names, the last names of the people who got something to do with that estate. Now, I got a funny feeling the ethnicity that's going to come up. But I'm thinking too much.
Your internet is
you spotted. Your internet is jumping a little bit.
Yeah, it's
right because he's talking that ish. He talking ish. That's why it's like people go see the Michael Jackson movie. Don't be like Mike. Just take the movie for what it is. His kid, two of the three of his kids is on board. His mom, Catherine's on board. That's all I need to hear. Catherine Jackson's on board.
My son is a Michael
I want to watch the movie,
and he's excited.
Go see the movie.
Excited that even after his death, that this is a whole new generation. My son loves the old Michael Jackson stuff.
Facts.
This is what kills me. This is what kills me. We don't.
Despite who gets the money, Michael Jackson's song is my son's happy place.
Facts. And let it be people get joy. Yeah, Mo.
So he's excited to just even be able to. He's like, Mom, did you get the ticket? Did you get the tickets? He's so far removed from our generation of Mike, but because he looks at the old, videos and listen to the old music, he loves it. He gets excited like he's an artist still here with us today. So I think that that's the beauty in it. Music, take the money off the table. The whole music and his whole life and his legacy is meant to be shared.
The people making the money are the people who are literally who are supporting the fucking most demonic shit in the world. And all they got to do is make a movie about somebody we love. You know what we say? Okay. That's it. That's all they got to do.
So how do you suppose we keep his legacy alive? Like, how do we do that?
By we playing the songs that we have. We don't need them to make a movie.
But we don't have the rights to them. So what if
what are you talking about? I got all the songs in my phone.
But they're still profiting every time you play it, right? Those people making the money.
And that's it. But we have it. But this is the thing. Y'all get frustrated, and people get frustrated with me because something I'm pointing out is we feed in the same way.
No,
what I'm telling you is the industry that killed him is the industry that's going to benefit. So if you love Michael Jackson, this is when you would be like, nah.
But Mike, you just said by playing this music, they still getting paid. So
I got the album. So if you want to get technical, I got the album. So I ain't got to stream. How about that?
You are not pulling no damn album out playing on a record player, like so they don't get no.
And I bought it. And I bought it. So I bought it. I've already bought it. It's on my stream. I already bought it. Isn't that Any Movie? Yes, that is Any Movie. And you are absolutely right, Lady Q. And this is the same shit I said about Sinners. They get us from every angle. The same oppressors make the most money off the movie. So what we do is the money gets funneled back into the evil empire that gets bigger by the second because of what we do. Controversy and mixed reactions. Paris has stated she has zero involvement in the film and that her notes on early scripts were ignored. I want to see if they're going to have in the movie when they made him take certain lyrics out of his songs that now make perfect sense about a certain race of people. Oh, we expected a Michael Jackson weekend and whatever. Who knows? Because what I'm saying is this is what's so frustrating. Oh, the only reason because all I said is I said I'm questioning whether I should go. And everybody's like, just go and enjoy it. Don't you research too much? What do you critical think? Y'all sound like Trumpers. What are you trying to learn so much about? Maybe if we didn't spend our billions of dollars on this industry, maybe we would affect this industry. But we like it. We like it.
You take the joy out of anything, out of Christmas, out of Michael Jackson movies.
That's because Christmas is bullshit.
all right. Next time, Mike can ruin a wet dream for a teenager. Mike can ruin it.
Jay, you said the things that caused you the wet dream are bad for you, but because they feel good, you go like, well, I might as well do it. We might as well do it.
Yeah.
We might as well do it.
You're crazy. All right, it's Friday. Keep going, Mike. Get your next clip. What clip you got? Akon said women are beneath men. Kanye said that he used to suck off his cousin, which is crazy. Like, where are you going today? There's so much going on in the world, in the news. We want this.
And we're going to do it. But understand, we're just feeding into the ploy because they want us to talk about that. And they don't want us to go like, why do we keep spending our money with this? Like, y'all got me. Let me tell you how y'all got me so confused. The community got me so confused. TLC and Invo.
Your internet is spotty, Mike. You're
like,
like,
you're going to have to leave and come back.
You're pixelating. If you want, I can play. Yeah.
You got to leave and come back.
Yeah, Mo says she can't take it no more. I know he get frustrated with stuff like that when I bring it up, Mo. So I said I ain't gonna bring it up.
I'm trying to say it lightly.
Is anybody else seeing that?
No, it's still shaky boots.
Because they don't
like
want
Max
to
Headroom.
hear.
Remember Max Headroom?
They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear.
Max. Remember Max?
It's shaky boots. Yeah.
Let me get a clip ready. Maybe I'll play the Akon clip while we wait for Mike. What about the topic of being submissive women? We hit on being submissive. Y'all don't like that word, but we gonna matter of fact, maybe let me just play this while Mike figure that out. Let me play. So Akon was doing the interview and he breaks down why he believes women cannot have multiple partners, but men can, and also feel women are not equal to men. So let's listen to this clip.
Okay. I believe in, I can say that. So can a woman have multiple partners or just you? Absolutely not. No, it's not. Respectfully, it doesn't work that way. Like I think sometimes only in America they kind of get it twisted where women feel like they're equal to a man, and you can kind of compare the two. You really can't, because I'm gonna tell you one thing that changes the game. A woman can only have one baby a year. A man can have 1,000. We can have 1,000 babies in 1 year. A woman can only have one. There's a reason for that. Men are natural. Like, we are supposed to populate. That's our purpose and role in life. That's nature. That's why you could put 1,000 niggas on one corner and you let one bad chick walk past. You go see 1,000 heads go like this. Damn. You don't even know why. Yeah. Like, you could be holding hands with your girl walking down the sidewalk and a bad chick walk by. She'd be like, nigga, you better not look. When you want to look, you don't know. You want to look so bad, it's gonna take everything in you not to look, and you don't even know why. There's that feeling. There's an urge. Yeah. Because that's just the natural way of how we were wired. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just doesn't work. It just don't make any kind of sense, man. Like,
That's just some American shit.
It is. Like, it is unfortunate because the day women understood men the way we understood women, they actually would rule the world.
Right.
Because they're smarter than we are. They can multitask. And believe it or not, they pain threshold is way higher than ours is.
Right.
So, and nigga, they can, like, women, like, they know all our weaknesses, really.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, they can, and it's more than them than it is of us.
Right.
Like, it's 15 women for every one man on this earth.
I'll just pause it right there. Is Mike back? Okay, Mike's back.
So let me ask y'all something. Y'all want me to stop talking about what I'm talking about so we can listen to this.
You dumbass nigga.
So we can listen to that. I'm trying to tell y'all to understand where you're putting your money and who y'all supporting, and y'all wanna dissect Akon and his philosophy.
Don't say y'all. That's Jay Black.
It caught me.
And poignant.
It caught my attention yesterday. It caught my attention. I was like, there's something there. I mean, he has some good. I get why it is. Why do you want to look at a chick that walked by, Mike? Like, what is it? Why can we populate the earth and a woman can have one per year, baby? I was like,
Men are very visual creatures,
we can
though.
have
So
multiple
it is. I think that it is some connection to human
Who is
nature.
y'all? Shut up.
Who look? But yeah, who is y'all? Thank you, lady.
Yo, Mike is freezing. I know, y'all. Stop! Don't bring it up because I didn't bring it up because Mike gonna get frustrated.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to figure it out because I'm watching it at the same time and I'm wondering why it's doing that. So now I'm moving.
Yeah, Mike, more common sense than Akon.
I know I am. I know I am, but they want you to listen to Akon. They want you to dissect the ridiculousness that he said. But go ahead, Mo. You're the ovaries. Go ahead.
To me, that there's nothing there to ration. Like there's nothing to dissect there. I think that's just his personal viewpoint. I think that his culture also has something to do with his viewpoint. As far as because when you can't compare women and men together, they're not equal, they're not comparable. I do think he was spot on about the pain threshold
and being smarter. You like that part? Pick and choose.
He was spot on about women being smarter, that they're truly analytical. Yes, I agree with those things.
Mikey, have you ever noticed that God answers?
Too funny.
But some of the other stuff that he was talking, he could have just kept that. He could have just rolled over and kept all of that to himself.
You dumbass nigga.
Blah, blah,
I'm so
blah.
tired of men speaking on saying they know how.
That's why God wanted us to have all these women, because it's like 15 women.
But is there something to what he's saying, or how men can populate? Like within a year, we can have like
First
thousands.
of all, no, you can't. No. Because think about the maturation of your sperm, right? People get that messed up. They think that, you can do this and you can do that. When you go to the sperm bank and donate, there's certain protocols in place in order for you to even be able to produce mature sperm.
What?
If you have sex, you didn't know if you have sex every day that your sperm count is not the same. Like there is a science to it.
No, he's saying that I can still populate I can get 1,000 women pregnant in a year easily.
That's not true.
I can.
There's
What?
365 days in a year. Like
no, I'm just saying. Like what he's saying. Our sperm is what populates the world in your egg. So what you lock down for that year, I can go to someone else, and I know it was something that made me want to say, let me look into that. I want to look a little deeper into what he said. I want to see how that goes.
Yeah, but it's asinine, because what man in his right mind is trying to populate 1,000 women?
It was an analogy, Mo. It was just an analogy.
Yeah, it was dumb. And I don't like to use that word much, but are you dumb or are you dumb?
You dumbass nigga.
Yeah, I feel like that had no man. I think he was just talking to be talking. Because if that's his argument of why women are not supposed to have multiple partners like men are, like men do, that's weak. It's a weak argument. Because realistically, are you really trying to populate 1,000 women in a year, or for as long as it takes for a woman to have a baby, 9 months?
I don't know.
I think he was just talking just to be talking. But like I said, he was spot on with some stuff because women are, the smarter, the more analytical.
They always try. Let me tell you what men do. Men will always drop the women are smarter simply because they want something to justify and to pacify women at the end of it. They all smarter. Yeah, but
if pain threshold is higher, we know that we can have a baby. Y'all could never.
So if they're smarter, why in the world would they believe you when they say it's okay for men to just run around and smash everybody, but it's not okay for them? Rationally, a smart woman would be like, how does that make sense if I'm in a committed relation with you? I know a guy that has 3 kids born every year, different females.
Yeah, that's logical, but he said 1,000.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get caught up on 1,000, but I get what you're saying.
3, 3, 4, 5, 10. Maybe if you're lucky.
Might
happen. I said exactly. I don't know. I saw that clip. It piqued my interest. So I played it.
Okay, I'm good. I'm watching while we're doing it now on my phone. All right. So what else we got? Since y'all
ratchet, I got a ratchet. So I was watching this clip too. This is a. I want to guess what they were arguing about. What were they fighting about? A mom and daughter fight at the Baltimore airport, Mike.
Well, you said one word, Baltimore.
And the daughter beats the mom up. And I want to know what could they have been. I thought it could be funny if Mike told us what he think they was fighting over, but they were playing. The daughter whooping the mom's butt. My daughter don't matter. What do you think mom over? But Mike, you can tell me what would the daughter beat the mom up over about? I'm curious.
Sweetheart. Some things you gotta just say, you know what, y'all gotta go with God. Something you're gonna have to go with the Lord, because I'm sorry. And on my best day, number one, I would never even think about swinging on my mom. That's one. But looking at the picture, I'm trying to figure out who the mother and who the daughter.
Well, clearly the daughter was the in all white.
First of all, you're going to jail. That's a federal offense. Assault in the airport. Y'all going to jail. Wherever y'all was going, y'all can hang it up. Y'all going to jail.
That's all I wanted to say was what Blake said. It's just sad. I don't.
Yes, Sean.
That's so you're saying it's a cultural thing?
There's nothing. There's no rationale that you can get.
Where do we go? Where do we go from here?
To hell.
They make up. I'm sure that ain't their first time getting into it.
That's the only place you going.
And she probably told you think you can take me and you can't.
No, I think it was something else. And then BWI Airport. See, this is why. No, thank you.
That is.
Remember,
horrible.
we used to drive to BWI Airport because the flights was cheaper. And what do she got on in the airport?
Y'all just real quick amongst the squares. Y'all ain't disturbed when y'all see some shit like this?
I'm mortified.
Y'all ain't literally disturbed.
I was curious of what
curious of what? What are you curious? What are you curious?
I was curious of what could have caused them to fight. To be honest, that's why I put this. I said, what could they be fighting over?
You weren't disturbed of a mom and a daughter fighting each other.
Sometimes I get embarrassed when I see it's my people, but we doing this in front of those. But no,
I don't care that we're doing it in front of anybody. I don't care that we're doing it in front of anybody. I care that we're doing it.
Somebody. It goes down wherever it goes down. And the mom probably said, "You think you could take me?" Probably talking tough, and the door's like, "Well, I'm about sick of you." Who knows? I just wondered, did you take my weave comb or I don't know what could have caused them.
Even if you thought it, putting your hands on your mother or inviting your mother out to
say if the mom hit her first, should she not defend herself?
Listen, defend yourself. Walk away. My mother pulled up and hit me. You think I'm going toe to toe with her?
Listen. I want to read this comment because I need my fucking flowers. Reverend Michael Sean, you were spitting. We just conflicted when it comes to Michael Jackson, the love we have for him, and we want to support anything his name is blindly out of pure love for him. And blindly is the key word. And what makes people uncomfortable, and I thank you, Cousin Ash, what makes people uncomfortable when I start asking, are we doing the same thing we've been doing for hundreds of years and following along into something that at the end doesn't benefit us or the future stars that we'll have? That's all I'm saying.
Who's got to make Baltimore look bad?
Baltimore make Baltimore look bad.
Who knows? They might not have been from Baltimore. They could have been just,
They may not have been from Baltimore.
Jay Black, your algorithm.
That's his algorithm. That's shit that's on his algorithm.
I don't want no parts of Jay Black's algorithm. I don't even want to know why it takes you to these
bad cops, fights, Carnival Cruise issue. Like this is my algorithm. Oh, she swung her. She got a quarter good on the chin too. And then Molly whopped on the end. Yeah, at some point you gotta stay. Once you got the best of it, you gotta let it go. That's still your mom. It's still your mom. You
what are you talking about? That's still your mom. You should have never put your hands on her to begin with.
But if she hit you first, some
people you walk away.
Back. Wait, can an adult hit a kid and not expect anything back? What
no,
are you saying,
y'all
Mike?
they are both fucking wrong. They're both
if Mo
wrong.
slaps her son and he swings back.
Once again, I said they're both wrong, but you want to keep going. I said they're both wrong. I said they're both wrong.
I just wanted you to say highlight because you highlighting one side and not the other.
Y'all both should have walked away from this. But it's sad because the mentality that it takes for that relationship to be on that level of disrespect is sad. I've seen that. It's not anything for you to be fighting your mother.
Yeah, but you know what? There are some women who do grow up in dysfunctional households, and when they have their child, they do the same exact dysfunctional thing. I have seen that. But for me, personally, I feel like I will walk away from my mother before I ever, no matter what she's done or said to me, I will walk away before I put my hands on my mother. I would never walk my mom up to a fight, like on some, come see me.
But this is the problem.
For a lot, Mike, it is people that are in relationships like that with their parents, and it's built up. It's built up. It's built up. And then when the mom finally swings and the daughter's like, I can see it. I see it. People are
and the root of it is when we use physical violence as a part of a discipline, and that's what we use to raise our kids, and that's one of the options. Guess what happens when one of your upper hands were putting hands on somebody? When they're old enough to put their hands on you, guess what's gonna happen?
So that was a Greyhound bus station.
When you have the philosophy that one of my go-to ways on discipline is putting my hands on you, guess what's going to happen? When you haven't learned or don't have the intellect to be able to actually talk to your child, guess what's going to happen when that's an option? At some point, if you use physical violence to discipline your kid, at some point, physical violence can be used on you.
When my son was younger, and you know, I talk about this openly. He's on the autism spectrum. So when he was younger, and I popped him, and he turned around and popped me back, and he said, "You hit me!" Like he was appalled that I hit him, and he was like, "But you hit me first." And you know what it taught me? It was like, I didn't beat him because I never beat my kid, but because I popped him, his logic made sense. He was like, but you hurt me. You hurt me first. And it was like more so like, I'm defending myself. That's how I took it. Like, I'm defending myself. I made sure I was like, you know what? You're right. Like in my mind, I didn't say that to him. I just told him, don't you hit me back. But in all fairness, the way he expressed himself and said it, it was so plain, but yet so poignant. Putting your hands on somebody, that is violence. It's an act of violence. And that's how he took it. Like, you're my mom. You hurt me.
Jeanette said, wait, hold up. She hit her first. Hold up. Jeanette like, whoa, time out. Time out. LaShawn ain't gonna let that.
So let me ask y'all something. We
need some jokes today. We're gonna get to some jokes, Billy.
No, let me ask y'all something then. If the girl had been 14 and she would hit her daughter at 14 in the airport, Would y'all been okay with her, with the child, than just saying okay and just living with it? Or would y'all been okay in that situation? Because all of a sudden, her hitting her first is crazy. But if she was 14, and it would be okay to discipline a 14-year-old at the airport like that. Is that what y'all saying? I just want to know.
You see your mom grip a 14-year-old up, you ain't questioning it. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, she head upside her, get over here. That's cool for people. But when the daughter hit back, it's like,
so I don't know.
I don't beat my child. I don't put my hands on him. I do a lot of talking, and thank God I have a very respectful child. And it's very difficult sometimes to articulate discipline and consequences when it comes to children on the autism spectrum. But thank God I don't have the problem where, I see a lot of people who have to fight with their kids, like physically out there going toe to toe, just like you saw in the picture.
KT admitted the buildup is real for a lot of people.
Yeah,
and that's what
happened.
That moment isn't it. Obviously, it's a buildup of other stuff that led to that. And that's how it got to that point. But I get it. Yeah, you don't want to see it. But hey, my algorithm showed me, so I figure I'm gonna show y'all.
That's the algorithm you got popping. That's the violence that you have popping on your
Shout out to Asha Boo. She on her vacation. She sent me a picture. There's Asha out there somewhere.
Go ahead, Asha. Go ahead. Asha. Enjoy yourself. Go ahead, girl.
And she sent me a video too. She was driving in a rental car, listening to Jeffrey Osborne, talking about, look, he worldwide. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
She's listening to Jeffrey Osborne out of the country right now. So enjoy yourself, Asha. Keep enjoying yourself.
John said some people have reptilian and demon kids. This would happen when mothers raise a daughter as their best friend and the daughter has no respect. So yeah, her mama can get it.
That's another valid point.
My wife said mothers beat sons to keep them afraid of them as grown men.
I want my child to respect me. I don't want my son to have a fear of me, like I'm going to hurt him. And that's how I raised my son. I know everybody's different, got a different philosophy.
JT said I've had
to be scared of me.
I've had to defend myself against my mother. Some don't let you walk away. Now, those are facts. Those are facts.
What is KT supposed to do, Mo? What's she supposed to do? I'm trying to get away. I keep blocking. At some point, I got to push you, right? What? That's your mom.
I've seen it.
My ass, though. What about?
I've seen it. That's why I called it what it is. It's abuse. It's abuse.
And
maybe the daughter at that airport or bus station, whatever, said, I'm about sick of this. I don't give a. Here we go.
So what you're saying is that the root of this happened way before this confrontation.
Yeah, absolutely. That wasn't. Yeah, you just don't all of a sudden got a good relationship with your parent, then you had, and all of a sudden now you're swinging. No, yeah, that absolutely not. It's always a buildup. It's a cause and it's a reaction.
And I don't have the answers, y'all. So I'm not trying to be holy to now.
No,
but if let me just finish this. If
never hit your mother back, period, LaShawn says.
If you introduce violence in the upbringing, and violence was introduced, once you introduce it, it is now an option because you showed your child it was an option. That's all I'm saying. Now I'm not telling you. I'm not. Once again,
you coming at all the parents out here that hit their kids, Mike. That's what it sounds like.
I'm just telling you. As men, as boys, if your number one option on disciplining your son is to put your hands on him, I promise you, at some point, there will be a confrontation. If that is the only way that you think the reason why you listen to me is because I'm stronger than you, understand, there will be a confrontation at some point.
I mean, that you do. They need to know that you're still you're strong. Like, don't get too big for yourself, little. Like, they need to know. They need to know. Yeah, at any point I can grip you up, and you won't win. And
okay, guess what? Eventually, there's gonna come a point where they're gonna say, "Grip me up now." That's all I'm saying. It's just human nature. It's just the law of the jungle.
I'm not gonna play your video. You driving in a car singing "woo woo woo." I'm not gonna play it. Maybe when you get back, maybe. But yeah, she's talking.
No, I got one for you too, Ashabu. I'm just waiting for you to get back. I got 1, 2 for you. It's in the stash. The Jeffrey Osborne's greatest hits is in the stash.
What is going on? Good morning, TP.
But,
all right, where we going next?
And Mike, as far as that, if that's your primary go-to for discipline for your kids, it creates a whole dysfunction when they grow up, and they're either one or two things. They're going to continue that in their legacy with their kids, or they're going to become a person who doesn't do it at all.
Come on, Therapist Mo. Mike. Therapist Mo. Mike, read this.
I was in my 40s, by the way, so now I wasn't going to just stand there and take it. And that first of all, once again, I'm sorry, because that is traumatic to have to be involved in something like that. And I want to say this before we go to Mo. I'm not blaming our parents, because that's the way our parents were raised.
Some parents were raised, yeah.
They were raised as that's what it is. So I'm not blaming parents. But if we are beginning to acknowledge, and we were part of it, that leads to this, when at a certain point do we go like, that's not going to be the answer?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off. You can't hit me as an adult and think we're going to be like, I just got to remove myself from any and everything. I'm not even communicating. I'm not doing nothing to put myself in a situation where make me want to knock you upside your head. You put your hands as an adult, ain't no way. And the people want, that's your mind, you ain't going to. No, I'm not talking to her. Ain't no way I'm talking to that chick. Now she'd be a chick. Because if you want to disrespect, put my hand, nah, I'm Gucci. But go ahead, Mo. You the therapist. What do you tell somebody that's going? Yeah.
No, I would say that's abuse. Remove yourself the same way I would tell you to remove yourself from a physically abusive relationship with a man or with your partner. It's the same with parents. Don't get a pass as adults to say, oh, because you're my child, I made you. You're in your 40s. I'm going to put my hands on you.
But LaShawn said, "None. Don't hit back under no circumstances." No, period. LaShawn said, "LaShawn, you full of it, LaShawn."
And you have to. And I don't think this is I cut my parent off because of that. I'm saying that
from the situation, that person can provide the level of respect that you deserve, and until they get some help for what they, their abuse. It's abuse. I mean, there's no pretty way to dress it up or word it. It's abuse.
I think words and physical contact are impactful. But once again, I'm not saying you cut off somebody. Listen, I don't know the circumstances of what happened. I don't know. So it's very easy to just put a blanket statement for me to say, I don't know what the buildup was. I don't know how that person was raised. I don't know what got into your mom, KT. I don't know what gets into people in certain situations. I made a video on TikTok about this. I'm an expert on abuse.
Because, his wife used to whip his ass. So, yeah, he's my fault, Billy. I didn't mean that to come out like that. But yeah, Billy been through a lot too. But Billy, my bad. Billy got some experiences.
Are you an expert on abuse because you studied it or you just went through it?
But as a victim, I don't even want to say victim, as a survivor of domestic violence, you are a subject area expert on abuse because you know firsthand what you went through.
It's true facts though that some mothers are mothers only entitled, but not in action. Some of them have not been there for their daughters. Some choose men over motherhood, dysfunction, and anger. My kids will never be on my level as their mother, and don't ever try me.
Sean, you misguided, but I'm gonna keep it.
Does anyone ever think about where the mentality of beating a child into submission came from? Yeah, we know.
Slavery. Yeah, good point, Ms. Clark. That's deep.
Yeah, but that's consistently the excuse. When do these parents start taking accountability? And I'm not, listen, the deep program somebody takes a lot.
Generational curse.
And that's what I'm talking about. From generation to generation, when you have your children, you have to make the decision of,
you know what's crazy?
No, you can't.
Not sharing KT business. And then her husband was a piece of crap. So I wonder if I wonder if the childhood played a part in with meeting and relationship, and it's all connected.
And not all the time, but sometimes, yes, that does have an effect on how you handle disputes and how you handle issues within your relationship. Does it make you more susceptible to falling into that type of pattern with your significant other, whether it's a man or female. Yes, it does. It does have impact.
My kids are stealing and sneaking out. Yes, I laid the smackdown on them, and ain't no way you getting a talking to after that. Now we've talked when they may have had school issues, but not stealing. Cousin Ash, I can't critique anybody's parents.
She introduced violence, Mike.
Because I will ask you, did the violence solve it?
I guess they ain't stealing no more, so I guess it did.
We don't know because she said they were running around for a while. I'm not saying it's easy. All I'm saying is, did all of a sudden after the beatdown, did everything fall in place, and did they decide they were going to follow all the rules, and did everything just fall in place? Because there's a deeper issue. Once again, I'm not critiquing anybody's parenting because we're all going to fall short.
Some mothers
including
are
myself.
actually jealous of their daughters, Asha said. Well,
And that is true. That is so very true. There are mothers, especially when you have younger mothers, right? Who are so close in age to their daughters, who act like their daughters' friends. You see mothers going out with their daughters, hanging out and stuff when they're of age. And that's the recipe for a disaster when you're looking at it from a relationship standpoint, because again, the first thing that happens is what? When you and your girlfriend's getting into it, you want to talk to your mother, or your mother want to talk to you like y'all are girlfriends. And that whole disagreement, that whole dispute turns into
all right, we gotta change this. A leg sharing now.
Leg says that happened to me, Jay. I had to cut it off. The build up of being called stupid and retarded your whole life. Instead of me being physical, I cut her off for 2 years. That's tough.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's a lot. We gotta need some fun.
We're talking about it like it's isolated. Oh my God, that's ratchet. But this is stuff that really happens in real life. And again, going back to her generational thing and where it stemmed from, stemming from slavery and being passed down. Well, this is how my mom disciplined. This is how my dad disciplined. Go get the strap.
Coco said, "My mom hit me yesterday." Let's go. There we go. That's how we get to the funny. Let's go.
My mom hit me well, you probably deserved it, and I'm sure when she hit you, it didn't happen in your district. So
you probably was long overdue for ass whooping. Okay.
Actually, I wish you would have hooked up a few more. I should have sent her all the voicemails you sent me, and then she would have really been pissed. Then she was like, "How the hell did you bother this man at work with all these damn voicemails about complaining about a show?" And how about that? Your mom's number. He was not my husband. Jay Black got jokes. I really got abused as a kid. Like broken bones, but my wife got hands. Laugh out loud.
See, he can laugh at himself too. You know, his wife got hands. So
that is his pain. That is his struggle.
Yeah.
You are not
I felt for him as a man to have your wife swing, and it's like it's tough. What you do? You can't hit back at me. But either way, fun, Mike. Can you? It's fun. What we doing, Mike? Come on, let's play a funny clip, a funny no lies detected. You able to find one? I can get a no lies detected.
I got one. No, because your fun ones are gonna be something crazy. We're gonna wind up jumping right back into the topic.
All right, I cleared my board.
We're gonna be right back into the topic. Jay Black misguided. No, your children should never be on your level. So you're good with parents growing up with their children as best friends. Listen, y'all. This whole I'm gonna go to the next clip. This whole thing that we have
I am not your friend.
That we have
had these problems with my mom. I don't know what y'all had, but I ain't like she. I
Jay
get
Black
what you're
guy. Now y'all children should never be on your level.
All right.
So you're good with parents growing up with their children as best friends.
It is kind of dope when a kid can share with their parent what they're really going through.
Boundaries. You can
It's
share.
really, they have that person that they can get the honest truth from, and not their friend that's going to lie and give them wrong information. When they get in their cycle, when they first have them butterflies about their boy, like how to approach this and like how to really share with no moments. I think that is a special thing to have. And there's also a fine line to walk as well. But yeah, I think that is dope when a parent and a kid can.
And it's a fine line that is difficult, and seems as you grow older, it seems to get easier. But I'll just say this about you can't be friends with your kids. My thing is, I think you can be friends with your kids, but it can't interrupt you being a parent. You can't allow it to interrupt what you have to do, what you have to say, and when you have to lay down whatever knowledge we call it the law, whatever information I'm trying to lay down to you. There's certain things that I'm not going to budge on while I'm raising you. And me being your friend, if you feel some type of way, you're gonna have to feel some type of way. If you feel that I'm overbearing and controlling and whatever, then you're gonna have to feel like that. I would still like to understand that I'm the person in your corner and I want to be your friend. But once again, it can't interrupt my job as a parent. And that is a very tricky, that is a line that gets blurred in every relationship when it comes to parenting. It's going to get blurred. They're going to be shocked when it may take you being cool with something, but you're not cool with it. Just because we discussed it and I allowed you to express yourself doesn't mean I'm cool with it. And I have to let you know I'm not cool with it. And in this household, that's not going to be accepted. That is tough. And then we glorify beating our kids.
Yeah. Trying to say his grandparents didn't play, but they all military, so it makes sense. They don't give us. They say sit down, you better sit down. But they put that fear in you, Tron. That's what they did. They put that fear in you. Good morning, Kamar.
They knew. That's all they knew. They didn't know talking. That's all they knew.
Are you doing it because you're scared of me or because you respect what I'm saying? And I would rather you understand that I have your best intention. This is why I'm telling you to do it. Because if you keep doing it simply because you fear me, at a certain point, the fear is going to dwindle.
Tron said it worked for him. When his kids hit their teenage years, that's when they could talk about anything. So it worked for him. So having that rapport, they can say, yeah, I just smashed this chick. What can I do? He said, yo, the morning after pill. He was schooling them how to take that morning after pill, like avoid that baby. Okay, try and get stuff.
You can meet your kids.
Skip the whole pre setup.
You can meet your kids where they are when you're having.
That was my takeaway.
Boundaries.
That's what he said.
What you can't do is blur the lines of those boundaries that you have. You can be understanding, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't come with a different level of responsibility as a parent. No, you cannot just be their friend.
All my kids are
and I agree. Legs, verbal abuse is real. Verbal abuse is a real thing. All right, let's get to this. Yeah. I'm gonna play this clip. Let me make sure I have the clip set up. Let me make sure I have the clip before I give it, because this will be up our Friday alley. And we will do submissive women really control. I'll play that clip afterwards, and then we'll get to the title. I want y'all to ask: is the person? There's not a wrong or right, but who do you side with? Who are you feeling? Is it the person that's talking or the person that the person is talking about? Is it the person talking or the person being talked about? So we'll play this. This is a woman who's going to bring up a football coach. And y'all decide, because this is, this should have been on Jay Black's algorithm. This should have been
Coach Cleveland. Hey, how you doing? Yep, it's me. You wouldn't answer my phone calls. You blocked me. I call you from text now. No answer. I'm finna expose you. I'm thinking about exposing you, all right? So if you don't return my call, the whole world finna know, even your wife, Michelle Cleveland, that's a library lady downtown. She finna know too. The damn library ain't be quiet no more. All right. So Michelle, I'm gonna give you proof to let you know that I done sucked and ate your husband out, okay? But hold on. Now, back to Coach Cleveland. You promised me that if I sucked and ate your ass, my son would make the basketball team. Now you done blocked me. I'm calling from text now. No response. My only result is right here. So if you don't respond back to me, the whole world finna know, all right? So, Michelle, your husband, to prove to you that I didn't ate your husband, what's tatted on his? It says on his face, be patient, bigger things are to come. Boom. Now you know. Yeah, get back with me within 24 hours. If not, it's going up. Bye.
Oh, shit. What in the little league, city league is going on here?
You're going crazy, right?
What in the...
What the fuck is going on around here? You made promises.
I'm ready for that. Okay.
You made promises. You like DLW. Like, what
now
is
just
going
think
on?
about just think about this for a
I
second.
wasn't ready for that.
Just think about this. Just think about this. Obviously, she posted it. Just think about this for a second. Her son.
That's what Lady Q said.
Her son. As much as she thinks she's doing this for her son.
Oh my God.
Her son's. His mom
I didn't even
just
think of that.
made a video saying this. Let that resonate for a second.
And I hope he never makes it to the NBA because God knows they're going to reach back and be like, oh, this is how you waited.
That man has a tattoo on his ass. I'm going to tell you exactly what the tattoo say. Because no one else, you wouldn't know this unless you saw it. I'm going to give you my proof.
And first of all, why does it, as a man, why do you have...
I want to repeat.
I don't even want to touch that.
You got to
part.
know who y'all cheating with, fellas. That's my takeaway. Know who y'all cheating with. If they ain't playing a part, you got to know how to keep them at bay, how to feed them a little bit, just enough to slow. Dog, you can't just smash everybody and think they're going to, oh, man.
And be patient. Bigger things are going to come. Is on his.
So she got videos. She got some other proof.
Fine.
Just know how to cheat. Golly. I don't know if that's
takeaway. Know how
That's
to
what
cheat.
Jay got from this. That's what Jay got.
Yeah, you can't just for a lot of people, yes.
Let me explain to y'all real quick off of what Jay said. There is no foolproof plan on cheating, y'all. There is none.
My God.
There is none. There's none. There's no foolproof way. So just understand, when you get in the game of infidelity and you get in the game of cheating, there are no rules. The make-believe rules that people want to put out there about two people being consensual and it's just going to be this and it's just going to be that, it doesn't work out.
Coach Cleveland.
And
so, then why you gotta expose the wife and where she work at? The wife ain't do nothing. The wife is an innocent bystander in all of this. And then you want to shout her out and say where she work at?
Yeah, Mike, imagine you 15 and your mom said that. You can't show your face in school ever again. Hey, talk. You couldn't live. You couldn't function walking the class every day, all day for that whole your time in school. It's
You're not even playing basketball no more. After that get out, you ain't even playing basketball no more.
God damn. That's that Cocoa peanut butter sandwiches or whatever Cocoa be talking about. Some dog. That's a lot going on. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, I feel so bad for her son.
Like that. See, people,
they never live it down, Mo.
Let's talk about it, but that's like stuff that kids go and start to have some ugly thoughts and some dark thoughts about themselves because kids are cruel in school. He will never be able to live that down.
It'd be like LeBron's mom.
But let's get past the I'm not getting past it because it's huge what he can't live down. That is the person. That is the person shaping another person's life. That is the logic that is being shared at the house every day.
She had good intentions.
Would you understand what she's? Can you imagine the lessons that this young man is being taught?
She was trying to help him get on the squad.
Into his adult relationships, how he's going to view women.
But on the flip side, she worked in her mind by her sleeping with the dude and her making them promises. She was trying to do something good for her kid, right? We can acknowledge that.
Prostituted herself.
She ain't say nothing about sleeping, Jay Black. I didn't hear sleep mentioned there.
And listen, I'm not judging. I'm just saying if one of your answers for improvement and to level up is prostitution, this is what is being groomed. This young man is being groomed into.
What are you teaching him?
Well, something else is going on because why does he have all that on? I don't know, cousin Ash. We're not getting it.
Cousin Ash. I said the same thing. I said I really don't want to go there and touch that, but since we're there, why? To me, that's something much deeper, much deeper.
He from Atlanta. He in the closet. You saying, Mo?
He from Atlanta. He done put everything. All right. So remember when I played this?
Wait, is that Doc in the comments?
I was requesting the link, but my timing is a bit off with this topic. Well, we're switching it. We're switching it.
Oh, I didn't even see your text messages, Doc.
So
My bad.
Jada said this. Remember when Jada made I played
Responsibility to make you happy. He can't. It's impossible. But it took me forever. Hard-headed, stubborn, you know, because that romantic idea. And that's why I talk about checking the boxes. It's like, I did everything I was supposed to do. You get to have your dream. How come I'm not having mine? And that's because Will was doing what he wanted to do.
He's making him.
So when she said that, everybody, you know, and I was like, damn, that sounded familiar. Like I said, she was like, Will can't make me happy. And I was like, I could have sworn that Will has said that years ago in a video. And I was like, I could have sworn I remember Will doing a long video on everything that she just said. And I was like, I think she's quoting Will. And I think people are forgetting that Will said this first. And ironically enough,
You found it.
as the phone listens to
As the
everything,
internet.
as the phone listens to
The
everything you
algorithm,
say,
like, oh, you want that? I got you.
the phone listens to everything. Bam! I
Make a person happy. And I thought that was a real deep idea. You can make a person smile, you can make a person feel good, you can make a person laugh, but whether or not a person is happy is deeply and totally and utterly out of your control. We came into this false romantic concept that somehow when we got married that we would become one. And what we realized is that we were two completely separate people on two completely separate individual journeys. And that we were choosing to walk our separate journeys together. But her happiness was her responsibility, and my happiness was my responsibility. You cannot.
and and that was before he released the book. That was before he released the book. So I'm like, I didn't see that whole interview, so maybe Jada gave him a quote. Maybe Jada gave him writer's credit for that. Happy in an inside job. So I just thought that was ironic. I had to play it because I think it both makes sense. I think Will, the original, maybe Will got it from somebody else and Will was quoting somebody else. But I remember Will saying that was before the red table. I remember that was before the red table and the whole thing. And we talked about that in the relationship. So let me get to do submissive women really control the relationship? The reason why I got that
You want
to
bring him in on that and then let him sit through it?
Yeah, bring him in. Just bring him in.
You got
Dr.
the
Aaron
intro.
Smith.
I didn't know you. I guess it's in the segment.
Where is Dr. Aaron Smith is in the building?
Protected by the red, the black, and the green.
Put your hands in the air! Make some noise!
Time to get your knowledge up and get ready to write down some facts with Dr. Aaron Smith.
Heed the words of the brother, Sissy.
Well, welcome, Dr. Aaron Smith. Welcome. Can we hear him? Can't hear
Can
you.
hear him? What is going on with that?
How about now? How about now?
Yeah, yes, we hear you now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome, Dr. Aaron Smith. How you been? How's everything? Been good? Everything's been good?
Hey, life been court, but as you all know, when you in love, nothing else matters.
He's still in love, people.
I be going to court smiling. I be getting bad judgments, and I'll be like, okay, see you next time, judge. God bless. You know how it is. You know, the birds be chirping, the air is cleaner. You know, you be singing songs. I can't wait to get to school each day. You know, I'll be going to court like that, Mike. So, you know, life is good. You know,
That's a
it's
beautiful
all about
thing.
perspective. It's all about perspective.
It's all about perspective.
It exactly is all about perspective, and I am joyful that you are feeling the joy that you're feeling, and that the smile is on your face, and that is a great thing to have. Doc,
I'm going to the movies tonight. the Bailey movie, the Tuscany joint, you know, the black romantic comedy. I'm going to see that tonight.
We're going to the
So
movie.
you in love.
Well,
Like,
next week we're going to Cat Williams, you know, be at the Liacouras Center, you know, just date.
Yo, they got plans. They outside.
Just courting intentionally, you know, just intentional courting.
Wow.
I can't even say dating because I only got one goal in mind. You know how it is over here with the, you know, the deacon, you know, better than burning, you know. but to the topic, I will say this, and I'm testifying when I say this. People need to stop marrying people that don't like them.
Oh.
I just want to start it with that. I just want to start it with the mic drop and just say, I'm not above it. I want to say people need to stop marrying people that don't like them, and then be worried and wondering about love. Because I've been in that position where I told somebody recently, I said, you know what? I was at the age where everybody was getting married, Mike. That's the age I was at. Everybody, that's what the people they were dating. It all started going to kids and marriage. So no offense, but the person I was dating at the time, I shifted from what I usually would say and do and plan. And I jumped on board with that phase of life because I thought at this point in life, that's the way I should be thinking. This is what I should be doing, which is true. But I really didn't calibrate it in terms of who I was with and making sure that the person was the right person as much as the time was the right time. Because people start asking you, when are you going to have kids? Don't you think it's settled down? And they were right to ask those questions. But I should have interrogated with who more than I interrogated when. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I am ready. But I didn't really look at, is this the right person? So I can't blame anybody but myself for that. But I would give the advice to everybody else. If the person don't like you, dating ain't good. Marriage is worse.
Well, and I agree with everything you said, except the one thing I will say. Asking people when you're going to get married is the most intrusive question to ask when you know how much goes into trying to figure out if two people are going to make that type of commitment. Furthermore, in Black and brown households, after they get married and they fill that checklist that you have put so much pressure on them to check, then when they come to the barbecue, the next intrusive question is when you're going to have kids. You don't even know if they can have kids. You don't even know if there's a struggle in having kids. You don't even know if they want to have kids. But we ask these questions so willy-nilly and put an exterior pressure on two people who just came to a barbecue to get some hot dogs and hamburgers and maybe a beer or a Diet Coke.
Now they got to have kids. Now they got
to have kids.
I was just hungry. They said, well, you should have chilled with the coach then. You know, the coach with the tattoo. If you're hungry.
Yeah.
My favorite one is, but y'all look so cute together. Y'all should get married.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Y'all look like cousins or something. That's what it really means. Like y'all look alike. That's really weird.
Listen, I know for a fact I went along with the checklist that my ex-wife had. She had the checklist. She was going to college, she was going to graduate school. After graduate school, she was getting married, and then she was going to have a kid. I stopped it at having the kid. I went with everything else, and we took a long walk, and we were walking on a sunny day, and she was like, I said, no, we're not having kids yet. I don't think we're ready. And she said, yeah, well, why are you cutting me off? I said, because when I didn't cut you off, that's how I wanted to marry to you. That was probably not the thing to say, but that's actually what God said. But anyway, back to this. I have a clip where a man talks about submissive women, and it grew my attention because it wasn't presented in the way I've grown accustomed to the algorithm bringing it out. Normally, submission is a lack of, or basically you're saying, you just got to follow me. Well, this man had a different angle on how submissive women actually win. So
woman actually controls the man, and the internet has turned submission into something weak, when in reality, it's one of the most powerful dynamics in a relationship. See, submission isn't about a woman having no voice or no intelligence or no influence. It's about understanding how influence actually works. Smart women understand something that many men don't notice until it's too late. A man's direction is often shaped by the environment that's around him. The woman that he respects can calm him down when his emotions are high. She can encourage him when he's doubting himself. She can quietly guide his thinking without ever having to fight him for authority. That's real power. Because a man who feels respected will move mountains for the woman who gives him that feeling. He'll work harder, he'll protect more, he'll become more disciplined. But the influence didn't come from control or conflict. It came from how she positioned herself in the relationship. That's why some women can completely stabilize a man's entire life without raising her voice or trying to compete with him. And you'll see it in real life all the time. A man who is reckless suddenly becomes focused. A man who is lost suddenly finds direction. A man who used to move carelessly suddenly becomes more thoughtful about his decisions. Respect is the language most women understand best. When a man loves a woman, it doesn't make him weak. It actually makes him want to be the type of man worthy of it. And that's why the most powerful women in a man's life are often not the loudest ones. They're the ones who understand how to influence a man without having to fight him for the role that he already believes that he has.
So whoever wants to have at it, Mo, you're the one, you're the one woman here. So we'll let you speak on it. Lady Q, before you say it, Lady Q said, hey, tell him to shut up, stop giving out the secrets.
He giving out the recipe, the sauce, the dipping sauce on the side and everything, all the trimmings. What he's saying, there is some validity to that. Quiet leadership, right? We see it. We use that in professional language, right? But that's also the same for our households. Quiet leadership. How many times have you seen a woman, maybe your grandmother, your mother, whomever, the man is going off, he going all crazy, and all she got to do is walk in the room, put her hand on his shoulder, and say just a few quiet words. And all of that bravado and all of that, it calms down. It pulls down. That's quiet leadership. And in fact, that's healthy submission. Because when you look at submission, we think of it in a negative way. Submission is real power. That's saying, you know what, I'm submitting to this program. I'm subscribing to this program. It's not a bad thing.
All right, Jay Black, since you're the main
don't
example.
go to me because I'm like, no. Wait, she tricked me. Go ahead. What are you about to say?
No. I want you. Do you understand that Lady Q in her form of submission? I'm just saying, if it is Lady Q, you said don't tell the secrets in her form of submission. Do you now see how much she is actually controlled being in that role?
That's true. No, she did. Because even me with this car situation, looking to get something that I really want, but why did I feel like I needed her approval when it was weird? Like, is she okay with this? But why am I worried about it? Is she okay? Like, it was. She do have some type of Jedi mind control. It is, and I didn't realize it. It is
an uncommon feeling for you, but it's not weird. The concept is not weird.
But she run things, and it's like, but she's really not. I'm in charge. I'm the man. I'm running this household. But then it's like, well, why do I look to her and seek her? Like, it is something to that. And now I didn't know this. So she just making me think I'm doing stuff, but she the puppet master? I don't know. So let Doc goes on.
Well, we're gonna go to Doc, but I want to put it in a sports analogy for you. So the head coach and the offensive coordinator truly believe that they formulated these plans, that they've made these offensive plans as an offensive coordinator. We're gonna do this. But the person who's executing them is the quarterback. So you got to decide. The person who makes a bad play work is the quarterback. He executes it. So in a way, you got to figure out, which one am I? Am I really the executor of the play, and I can make it right when it's wrong? Or am I the one who creates the whole thing? Am I the one who said, all right, this is the play we're going to run. Now I need you to make it happen. Are you the make it happen person? Are we the make it happen person even when it goes wrong? Even when the coverage isn't what the coverage was supposed to be? Even when you got an audible when they changed the coverage because the plan was given to you, but everything switched and now you got an audible. I don't know which one is more in power, but I don't know which one you are. I think sometimes we're the quarterback and we don't know it.
Say it's not approval, it's more support. But why do I feel like I guess I feel like I need that support? But I'm supposed to be the man.
Because you have been brought up to believe that is the natural order of things, and it's really a dysfunctional concept.
All right,
for a man to be a man and run his household.
For listen to what you said, but I'm the man. I'm supposed to. Yeah. You're giving us the explanation of roles that were passed down to you.
Let me take care of stuff. But go ahead, let me hear what Doc, because I know Doc gonna he always bring a different perspective. But he in love now, so I don't know if he's tainted. He might be tainted because he in love.
No, he tainted. He compromised.
No.
Everything.
The word changes not. There is a word. There is a word. People always talk about. I was looking at the different scriptures. Ephesians 5:22-24. People always say, wives submit to your husbands, but they never go to as to the Lord. Husband's head of the wife, as Christ the head of the church. What they talk less about is what the gentleman was alluding to, like Peter 3:1. Likewise, wives, be subject to your own husbands, so that even if some do not obey the word, even if the man is tripping, even if the man's out of alignment, they may be won without a word, what Mo was alluding to, right? By the conduct of their wives.
Of their wives.
Wife is so feminine, so poised, so gracious. Like when they say she's learning quietly, she's submissive, she's self-controlled, she's pure, she's working in the home, she's kind, she's such a woman that her power is regulating the temperament of the household. And everybody knows we come from a working class people. And I say that, with a grain of salt, knowing our history of being in bondage longer than we've been free in this country. We know darn well the people in charge don't do most of the work. Let's stop acting like just because you make an executive decision and have a final say and cast an initial vision that you handling everything. Let's not be like Donald Trump that thinks just because you're president that you're in charge of everything and have all power. No, it means that you have authority, but you're not a dictator with all power. And many men are approaching their relationships and their marriages like Donald Trump approaches the presidency. Oh, I'm in charge, so everything I say goes. I don't listen to anybody. There's no cooperation. There's no yielding. There's no mutual submission because I'm the boss. But that's not what it means. It means that you have the vision to cast. She is submissive unto you, but you have to be submissive to God. The only reason why she's submissive to you is because you're in alignment, because you're submissive. She's following somebody that's an example of leadership through their ability to follow. Now, if you ain't following nothing and you ain't able to lead nothing, you can't look behind you and be like, why are you not in line with me? It's because you out of alignment with God, and I'm not going to hell with you. Matter of fact, to hell with you. So oftentimes people look at the position, which should be just a hierarchy for progress and efficiency. The reason why you don't got two CEOs is because somebody got to have the final say. This is not about having power over people. This is about having an efficient hierarchy within a structure to make sure things move smoothly and efficiently. So it's not a tug of war. It's y'all lined up like a well-oiled machine, complementing each other. And when you work under a boss or under a supervisor, your main role is to make them look good and keep trouble out off their desk and out of their way. So if that's what you're doing, then yes, I'm going to have all the love in the world for the people who got my back, who work under me, right, and with me, and vice versa. So it's actually an efficient love structure and not a tug-of-war power dynamic that is becoming. Let the church
Mike.
I'm passing the plate.
He said, I'm not going to hell with you. Matter of fact, to hell with you. Damn. Like, I'm still stuck on that. Did you catch that bar, Mike?
Yeah, that's a bar. But and I think Jay, I don't think you were looking for approval. I just think you were looking for some knowledge from the person that you trust.
Yeah. Submit one to another.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Because people do that, though. I have a boss that used to come to me and say, what do you think? Yes. That doesn't mean they're not the boss. That just means that we're having a conversation and we're trying to reach the best decision possible. Yeah, as a team. We all have input as a team. You have meetings at work. Everybody has a say. That's when people get so lost. Just because I don't have the same level of power as you does not mean I don't have a say. It doesn't mean I don't have input. And it doesn't mean that in certain situations, I can still be the expert. I could be the most knowledgeable person in the room as the vice president and the vice principal or the janitor. If something's about HVAC and cleaning, the janitor is not the boss, but the janitor might be the expert on this situation, on this topic. And when people confuse those realities, they get lost and things don't happen the way they should.
You ain't the boss. I ain't coming to you for no advice.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna give you the perfect analogy because you're the Philadelphia special, the play, right? That Nick Foles ran in the Super Bowl, the Philly special. So Nick Foles goes to the head coach, who's the head coach. He's the one that everybody's relying on. Nick Foles goes over to him, and they have it on video, and it says, "Yo, how about the Philly special?" And Doug Peterson pauses and goes, and he goes, "Let's do it.
Let's do it."
That was both of them.
He was in charge, but he suggested and he listened to it, and then boom.
And boom, guess what we got? We got a historical play. a play that has a documentary about it, because the leadership was like, we're on the same accord. That had nothing to do with God. We're on the same accord, trying to get the same team, trying to get to the ultimate victory. So it's like, hey, so I think I like the way the gentleman posed it, because I think Doc is right. Men use this submission thing almost like the trump card on, no pun intended, almost like you're going to do this because God said so. But as he said, and as many people have said, we don't read into the other scripture. And I ain't well versed on any of them except a very small part of them. Spot on.
What did Deanna say?
I don't know what Deanna say. Quiet leadership / submission doesn't have to be manipulation, though. If a woman can trust that she is heard and respected, she doesn't have to scream. It's a healthy balance. And and let's be clear, y'all, it's a tough thing for some of us to actually accept it based on how we may have been raised and the thoughts and the programming that we may have been given, that sometimes a man's ego will go against some blatant truth because they didn't cultivate that fact. They didn't cultivate the plan. And men will go like, no, we're going this way. I don't know why. I don't know what type of programming we got, but sometimes that thing of I'm the man of the house is misleading to how we use it. So
it's never about the responsibility. You notice that, Mike? Nobody ever says, I'm the man of the house, so I have to have self-control. I got to keep it in my pants, and I have to make sure that I don't inspire my children to wrath. I got to keep my hands off my woman because I'm the man of the house. I'm the man of the house, so I have to be the example of maturity and responsibility and sobriety. I'm the man of the house, so I have to be seen praying over my family. Nobody ever says that when they say I'm the man of the house. It's just I'm the man of the house, so do what I say. The best leaders are able to extract all the skills and benefits of the input of their team. That's the best leader.
That is.
Speak it.
And it's something that doesn't happen overnight. It's also something that it's a process.
Well, you have to unlearn that unhealthy behavior. Like you have to unlearn pretty much everything that you thought was real. In order to have a healthy relationship, you almost have to unlearn everything that you've seen in like on our parents or our grandparents, anything. But a lot of that dysfunction is passed down from generation to generation, and we think that is the way to be. 2026, people going to therapy. Our parents never went to therapy. They never took a deeper dive into why they behave the way that they behave. We have the tools now to be better than our grandparents and our parents.
And for men, I think sometimes we don't understand the added pressure we put on ourselves when we don't try to inquire with our partner. A lot of men believe they're going to go in a dark room and figure this out. And I'll speak for myself. I've been in a dark room trying to figure something out and not inquired on, hey, I need your advice on this, or I need your input. I need your input because I don't know if I'm about to make the right decision right now. So and the responsibility is heavy. The responsibility is heavy when you're deciding something that's affecting everybody that you love dearly, and you try and sit there and figure this out. So I thought, hey, from where we started this show, I think this is a good place right now.
People miss you, Doc. You come back here lighting fire. Got us feel like that man said, I'm not going to hell with you. Matter of fact, to hell with you. Like, damn. That caught me, Mike.
That's on the end of my letterhead.
But that's why Jay Black is such a Jay-Z fan and files a
Oh gosh, not Jay-Z. Not Jay-Z. He ain't bring back the Jay-Z.
Because I know Doc said so much in that. Doc said so much. He said so much in that. But the flashy bar, the 360 dunk is what got Jay Black. This man said so much. He said, nah, but
I'm not going to hell with
you. But he said, I'm not a businessman.
I'm a
businessman. I'm a business.
Oh, bar.
That's all he heard. That's all he heard. That's all he heard.
That's exactly. Like, I love, like you said, it was great. But this.
Oh, damn, he's spitting over here. Let's go.
So while we got Doc here, I'm gonna take a selfish minute. For those, don't forget, I'm on the 100.3 WRNB. Saturday from 3 to 6 and on Sunday from 4 to 7. Please call up because I'm gonna let people give flowers to people that they love on the show Saturday. So at 3 o'clock, if y'all can call, if there's somebody want to give flowers to, call up the show. I always should have the number on me, and I never always forget. Friday comes so fast to have everybody if you want to give flowers to. Dave Chappelle, this is my selfish moment. Dave Chappelle, for me, I don't agree with some of the stuff Dave says, but I think he's brilliant, and I think he's surpassed being a comedian, and he's more of an orator now. And basically, he just happens to have the gift to be hilarious. Does that mean I agree with everything he says? Yeah, I mean, there's some things I go, but the one thing that he was pressed about was taking, and he addressed in his stand-up, was taking the Saudi money and taking the money. And he was on NPR, and I thought they had an interesting conversation. And he was not, I'm not saying pressed in a bad way. He was given a question, and the person, it wasn't an argument, it wasn't a debate. I think the person just gave room for her opinion. So this is the interview that went on about taking.
Make it clear they believe that the Saudis killed Jamal Khashoggi in the embassy in Turkey, and you knew that when you went, right?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I should tell you,
you had no qualms.
I won't say that. They asked me to go years before that, and I said no for that very reason. Since that time, the United States government does business with the Saudis. Netflix does business with the Saudis. Everyone, the Saudis finance tons of movies. All these, I know, I see them financing boxing matches and all these things. And none of these things were an issue until I went there. And why is that? As soon as a black man can make money off the plantation, they try to tell you that the money is dirty. Well, okay, I'll go home and spend the money with actual slave owners on it. Where is this clean money you're talking
But you said you hesitated for years to go, the years you didn't go. So what made the difference for you?
Time and circumstance, time and the wheels of commerce kept turning. You know, if you want to be that pure about money, then stop driving your car, stop eating, don't use your cell phone. Everything is tethered to something that's just terrible. And I can make a million excuses or reasons to deprive that crowd of that show. But man, when I was standing in front of them, I feel like I did the right thing.
Intelligence did.
So I think I just want to say, because I'm going to go to you, Doc. I just want to say, I love, and I know we fall victim to it. And I do this. I love the dialogue that they're having. This is not about one-upmanship. It's not about trying to put somebody in the corner. It's trying to, she has some questions that she would like answered, and she's not saying it trying to say, aha. She's just trying to say, this is what I've seen, and this is what you saw. And I thought it was refreshing, and it's probably why NPR doesn't have the ratings that TMZ has, and doesn't have the pull that the Shade Room has, because it takes patience to actually see that two people aren't trying to win. They're trying to get more information on both sides on why this occurs. So Dr. Aaron Smith, your thoughts on Dave Chappelle taking the Saudi money and his comments?
No, I think that Dave Chappelle is a master because he understands the power of framing a narrative. You know, oftentimes when you're in a debate, people lose sight of the topic of the debate more so than they lose the debate itself. You know, it's what about this, and people get taken off the path with straw men and red herrings, as opposed to staying on topic and staying focused and arguing the point at hand. So when you know the power of framing, and somebody says, like back in the day, they would joke with you, be like, "Yo, did your parents know that you're gay?" They say that on the schoolyard when you're like in 5th grade, because if you say yes, you know, and if you say no, either way, you're caught in the framing. So early on, you learn that the way somebody poses a question or a topic is critical to your opportunity to have nuance and to gain understanding, as opposed to have a gotcha moment. And when you say something like, "You never have a problem with going over there," you have to ask a larger question. Zoom the camera back a little bit. You didn't have a problem with doing business with them? You didn't have a problem with selling them arms? You don't have a problem with having a military base right there? Like, you don't have a problem when 9/11 was connected to Saudi Arabia more than Iraq? You didn't have a problem with going and deposing Saddam Hussein and killing almost 300,000 to 500,000 people? Like, let's not do that. Let's not have like Mike Wallace with Farrakhan, right? When he said that Nigeria was the most corrupt nation, that viral moment where he's like, "You have too much blood on your hands." Right? How dare you say that? About 50-something years, this nation he said, "You should not speak. You don't have the moral authority to speak. There's too much. You've done a terrible thing on this earth. You should be quiet." Sometimes you got to challenge the framing of the question at its foundation and be like, wait, you should not be asking me this. Matter of fact, what you're asking me is inappropriate and you shouldn't be the one asking. So for anybody in America, we talk about the mica, right? The kids going down into the holes in the mines that are 100-something degrees for the trains and the planes and the cell phones. Like, you can't take other people's stuff everywhere you've gone, destroy lives and colonize and exploit. Even up to this day, you just came from Venezuela. Now you're over in Iran. You're trying to help Ukraine. And now you're trying to move into Cuba, but you're telling somebody else where they can't go. How dare you, you damn devils. You've gone everywhere on the planet and not been in harmony with nature or other people in a single place, whether it's the opium trade in China, the transatlantic slave in Africa, whether it's the sugar plantations, whether it's what you did to Haiti, whether it's what you're doing right now in South America, what you've been doing in the Middle East the past 100 years. Everywhere you go, you bring death, destruction, and deception, and you're going to try to tell a black person, a foundational black American whose roots go back to slavery, the people that you kidnapped, the people that you went over there and stole, you will try to tell that person where to go like it's the 1800s, and you're looking for freedom papers, and you're telling him where he can go and where he can't go like it's in the middle of Gaza? How dare you tell somebody where they can go? If we could do business with you, you damn devil, we could do business with anybody. You the biggest killer. You the biggest liar. You the one that still got slave owners on your money and celebrate Christopher Columbus with a holiday. You can't tell nobody where to go. You don't tell black people where to go ever in your life. While you're doing business with them. Like you said, your companies are doing business with them at the same time you're saying you shouldn't go. But Netflix could go. But the Department of War can go. But I can't go? You devil. You're not fooling me. Because that's the guilt trip where it's like, oh, I guess I'm doing something wrong. Then they just keep on doing what they're doing, keep pocketing all the money, and tell you to sit and stand on some principles that they never truly believed in.
Mo, any comments that you have on Dave Chappelle and what he had to say?
What Doc said.
What Doc said.
I'm aligned. I'm so aligned.
Mike, one thing though, you did see in that interview that he was responsible for the renovation of the building that they were in his hometown, keeping NPR there. You know, if you saw the full interview, he talked about that for like a good 10, 15 minutes. So if you're going to go get the money and do that with it, go get the money. Go get the money.
And it's a slippery slope. And like the money, and I never thought I'd be saying, Mace said, what's behind the money, you have to decide
if it's worth it. Yeah.
What's behind the money. Because behind a lot of money, there's some corruption behind it. So in Dave Chappelle's case, you made a perfect example. He kept NPR there. He's bought up real estate. He said, obviously, in his stand-up, if you watched it, he's bought up a town. He's basically bought a town where now he has leverage as a black man in this country, which is very unusual, which is not the norm, to be able to say, if I take my money off the table, this town folds. Now, in both sides, for people who live there, is that fair? I don't know. But do I understand and do I applaud him using the same tactics that has been used against us? Well, I kind of do.
And you've been in these clubs, Mike. You know these promoters are shady. And we all know where the money be coming from in industry and in entertainment. So let's not act like you got to leave America to deal with some dirty, shady, grimy, crime-related money.
Yeah, none of it's clean. If
on that note,
going to go there, none of it's clean. You don't have to go abroad to tussle with some money that that stepped on them, then took through some back rooms for sure.
I am curious on that entertainment note, Doc. Earlier we talked about the Michael Jackson movie, and Mike had some reservations of where the money's going to in supporting the corrupt industry. Like, when you see a Michael Jackson movie coming out, are you excited to watch and support the movie, or are you skeptical of the film?
I call it harmless remembrance. I was in Jamaica recently. Everything had Bob Marley's face on it. They were playing Bob Marley's music. And, it's just something about being black in the world after, white supremacy, where they love you as long as you're dead. As long as you're dead. When you're dead, you can get a T-shirt. You could get everything when you're dead. You just got to die so that they can consume you. And there's a book called The Delectable Negro, right? People always talk about slavery by another name, which is about convict leasing and Without Sanctuary, the pictorial depiction of the lynchings. There's a book called The Delectable Negro that talks about how they used to eat us. There is a theme about consumption, whether it's cultural appropriation and consuming our culture, or consuming our flesh, or consuming our ideas and then writing us off of the pyramid walls and trying to recreate ancient Egypt. They like to consume people. They take people's identity and birthrights and culture and even consume their flesh and then act like they're the originators. So this is a thing that's always happened. So when I used to see the pictures of the black man on the bonfire after he had been hung, after he had been shot, after he had been mutilated, I said to myself, why are these people standing around this black man and why are they burning him? But then I learned about like the origins of these racialized barbecues and how they would fight for the pieces. And sometimes, you know, the phallus was like the prized possession and they would hold them in jars and keep them as souvenirs and take pictures and make postcards. They used to eat us. They like to consume everything about us, but you can't consume somebody if they're alive and living their own life and self-directed. The only way you have total control and total consumption is if they're gone. And even Nat Turner, I don't know if you know the story of Nat Turner. When Nat Turner died, they said they ate parts of him as well and then boiled his body into oils and all kind of stuff. Really sick stuff. So yes, they love you when you're dead because then they get to get started with marketing and promotion and they get to manipulate it so it fits white supremacy. Don't be surprised if 20 years from now you don't see a white child rocking a Louis Farrakhan t-shirt on a college campus the same way they rocking Public Enemy, the same way they rocking Tupac, the same way Marky Mark was wearing an X hat.
Do you support the movie or not? Like, are you skeptical of the film?
No, from artistic standpoint, I look forward to seeing the movie and how he's depicted. But I know for a fact the speech about him calling Tommy Mottola the devil and the Jewish influence in music and all the suspicion, that's not going to be in the movie. Like, let's be clear. The movie wouldn't have got greenlit. So we already know who's controlling Hollywood, you know. So that part I take with a grain of salt, and I just have to look at the performances, and that's what we do. That's Oscar so white. We know who should have won the Oscar, but we kind of just, you know, we see who gets the award. Well, you give it to Halle Berry, right? We still love Angela Bassett. Like we have to always have that gauge for as black people.
And what I was trying to tell Jay is that my dilemma is what they tried to destroy Michael Jackson with is pedophilia. And I don't want to take part in giving money to an industry that was the sex trafficking kingdom of pedophilia. And still is. And that is my dilemma, because as much as I talk, I don't want to, I know better. I'm like, I know that the same industry that is about to make $1 trillion off of Michael Jackson is the same industry that killed him. So that is my dilemma. So yes, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I would, but if Tommy Mottola's statements aren't going to be in there, if the fact that they made him edit a song because he was talking about a race of people, and now we're coming to see that this was right and he was on point, I don't want to fall for the bamboozle of just going, but I really like Mike and I really want to see this movie. That was it. I'm not telling you if I'm going to see it or not going to see it. But Jay,
Doc did say you can just use it as an escape and just to get away to enjoy the art. He did.
But
say
I'm not paying for it though. I shouldn't say that. I'll wait till it comes out. That's what I meant. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not buying a ticket.
The rest of us gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not buying a ticket. So I'm with Mike on, you know.
And the frustration was you were like, oh, you just taking a deep dive. Why are you getting? Because they never. But when you say I'm doing too much, they never want us to do too much. They never want us to dig deep and go like, why am I fueling this evil oppressor because of my 2 hours of enjoyment? Because they know they can always get us. Once again, I don't know if I'm seeing a movie. I might fall right in line with everybody and take my kids to go see a movie to see this. But I know what this game plan is, and they do it over and over and over and over. They take our greatest superstars, our greatest entertainers, and they put us out, they put them out front, and we support that person, and we don't know that the money that's being made is to go back to put the umbrella of oppression off of us, over us, and to keep fueling it. So they have the never-ending cycle of money that keeps going right back to the establishment. And I'm not saying it's easy, but in a real sense, it is really easy. We just like getting what we want.
And before it becomes a commonplace, a lot of people have not been talking about this manipulation of our most talented actors and performers as primary recruiters for law enforcement. People will not. I don't know why that's not a thing. They're so focused on the wearing dresses and all this other stuff, which is a topic worthy of discussion. But talk about why every time we get an Eddie Murphy, you got to be Axel Foley. Every time Martin started, then his Blue Streak, and like every time we get a black person, we Denzel trained there. Like every time they gotta be a cop. Every time the black world is like worshiping somebody, which they shouldn't, and the talent is at its peak, they're like, become a cop in a movie. You look at anybody you like that's black, they had to do a cop movie. You know how many professions there are? You know, where's all the fireman movies? Where's all the construction movies? Where's like a million different movies you can make? Miners, that's even more intense in terms of the risk of avalanche. No, cop. And what he was saying earlier about people funding movies, the Pentagon funds a lot of movies. Jarhead, all the movies you can look at. Like there's people who clear the movies. There's government agencies who see the movie before it comes out and they decide what should come out, what shouldn't. So this whole thing about using our most talented black people, men in particular, and making them police officers to make every kid in the world want to play cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, and be the cowboy, and want to have some kind of love and compassion for police officers to make sure they never have a revolution is something that we need to discuss more of, because Hollywood is on that consistently.
Do you
even
also,
Sidney Poitier, Heat of the Night, right?
I think that it also lends to the the narrative of the black overseer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to strive to be a cop. You know, you or have compassion, because when we're in these movies, a lot of times we're rooting for Axel Foley. We're rooting for the police. So there's a cognitive dissonance that comes to black people where it's like, out here, I'm getting beat up by the cops and harassed by the cops. When I go to the movies, my favorite actor is a cop. So how do I want him to win, but so then you're definitely not going to go out and be like power to the people, talking like Fred Hampton, the proletariat versus the pig, and we can't side with the pig. And no, you're not going to think like that if you're watching all these movies, right? Because back in the day when it was just pimps and everything, we would side with the pimps. We watching black exploitation, we were siding with the hustlers all the way up to New Jack City. But after that, they were like, no, everybody got to be a cop. All these black people they like got to be cops, because otherwise they're going to do another Rodney King. And ever since that, they said Sean Bell #1 song was "Lick Like a Lollipop," right? That video we showed with Wise Intelligent Poor Righteous Teachers. Now nobody's doing anything because that sense of racial pride and rebellion, right? The revolution won't be televised, but it just might be streamed. And if the right stuff comes out, that's why they said the #1 enemy was social media. That's why they took over CBS, they took over Twitter, they took over TikTok, right? Because they knew that the biggest threat was these people having control of their own narrative on social media, educating the babies.
Please don't get Cypher started or excited. Talking about
my bad. Black cop.
But do you think if we had, if we had the air of the early 90s, just more conscious rap, right? Do you think if that was at the forefront than rather how hip hop is now, do you think that we would have more so a chance of another uprising, so to speak?
Definitely.
Awakening.
I think the kids today are far more controlled because they spend so much time in their devices, not having the variation of life experiences than we were. That's why they know back in the day, the culture and the music had an influence. Today, that is life. People spend more times on devices than they do in the real world. There's people who talk to devices, engage with devices more than they do with actual people. So if you thought back in the day a video was powerful, no, today a video is everything. They go into the metaverse with skins on, put on new skins and avatars, and actually talk to people. Like if we had that kind of, but they know that. That's why Public Enemy, KRS-One, A Porch Teachers, Brand Nubian, we keep going, right? The shutdown was so deliberate and so intense that I think if you look at what happened during COINTELPRO and the infiltration of the Panthers and what happened later on with hip hop, they had perfected the strategy. Even today, there are so many rappers that are on the payroll by the federal government that we won't find out about for another 20 years, that all they do is cause dissension, literally get people shot, get people locked up, spread false stories, literally agent provocateurs, the same way that Malcolm X's security guard was there at the Autobahn not helping, the same way that Fred Hampton was poisoned and the floor plan to his house was given to the Chicago police so they could shoot through the wall to him and his pregnant wife. There are people who have always been working with them and helping them, but they've gotten so good at it that nowadays, I'm sure some of some rappers that are on the charts have been working with federal agencies for at least 10 to 15 years at this point, because nothing is moving in the right direction in that regard.
Well, and just and I'm not going to get into it now because we got to wrap up. Monday, just to let you know, KRS-One is one of my favorite rappers of all time. But I do have issue with comments that he made about Africa Bambaataa. And I do have And I'm very disturbed about him saying the things that he said to defend and try to clear it up. And he's a masterful speaker. Like, he's a masterful speaker. So, you know, listening to him basically saying, you know, some people in leadership shouldn't be questioned, basically. And I had a real severe problem with that. And he's my favorite rapper of all time. But, you know, just to let you know, when somebody says it out of their mouth and says that convincingly, sometimes I think people are worshiping things that are not God. And that could even be hip hop. Sometimes you can get so caught up in the creator of hip hop that you forget he's not the creator. Just hip hop.
But it's the common sense line. Too many lives depend on rapping.
Too many lives depend on rapping. This has been great, Doc. Once again, much applause, and we are happy that you are in a space that is so amazing. You and we.
I like the In Love Doc.
So in love.
Yeah.
That's around. No side chicks. He don't want no side.
No.
The Doc is his skin is glowing.
I'm trying to pay down some debt and all that, you know, get my credit right, you know, do the things, do all the things.
All the things.
It's all of this. This is, you know, this is amazing. I love it.
And Friday, if because you dropped a message, if you're open Friday, if you would like to do something where you want to speak on something that you want to speak on, that is your topic or information that you want to share, feel free. We'd love to have you. Everybody misses you on the show. Them dollars, so it's okay to be a pedophile. Well, that's what I'm not gonna say that's what Kara said. I'm just gonna say that is what I was referring to, as Africa Bambaataa has been accused of. He's lost a civil case in dealing with pedophilia and things that he allegedly done, and some people have come out and spoke on it. But we'll talk about more of that on Monday. All right, y'all. This weekend, Saturday, 3:00, 100.3 WRB. If you want to give somebody their flowers, whoever it is, it could be an aunt, it could be an uncle, it could be a cousin, it could be a celebrity, it could be whoever you want. If you want to give yourself flowers, go give yourself flowers. If you want that. That's where I'm going to be Saturday, 3 to 6, Sunday, 4 to 7 on 100.3 WRB. Call me up. I should have the number. I'm going to make another video on my Instagram sharing the number. I've shared the number before. If you don't have it, go to @MikeSean_Comedy. All right. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, any circumstance take it from you. God got me. God got us. From Michael Sean, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Dr. Aaron Smith, Kamari, Amani, C. Chung, and from Lady Q, WokeUpInspired.com. If you want your merch, I show you all the time. If you have a vision, my quote is, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. You want it on a mug, and you want your whatever your vision is on the mug, she can make it happen. It could be a horseshoe. She can put it on anything. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. While you're there at WokeUpInspired.com, you can also check out the merch that she has created. So go on there, support the situation. All right, y'all. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you on a Monday. We are gone. Go on.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also